Erica.
And Liana,
Come join us on Patreon.
where you can unlock weekly episodes of videos and
Be invited to Patreon exclusive Zoom meetups.
just download the Patreon app and search for Night Guys Podcast.
Or go to the website www.patreon.com/nightguyspodcast.
You can join for as little as $2 a month for full access.
See you on Patreon. Squeedle deedle deedle doodle doodle doo. Hi, it's Erica.
And it's Liana, and this is the Night Guys Podcast. We're here to join you weekly to cover weird and spooky stuff, supernatural, extraterrestrial, cryptid, culty, true crimes.
Plural this time.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be an S.
I like it.
Oh.
We don't just cover the one.
Just the one.
Only
true crime.
stabbings.
Oh, I was thinking only suffocations.
Oh, wow.
With bags overhead.
Is that like a Freudian thing for us? Like I say stabbing,
Oh.
you say suffocation. That's what comes to mind. Knee-jerk reaction. What does that mean? We'll have to look that up. What does it mean if I would kill people by stabbing? What does it mean if stabbing is my preference?
I actually think suffocation is really horrible, and that actually would give me just the thought of it gives me anxiety. I don't think I could do that. I think I'd be more likely to stab.
That's definitely more personal.
Yeah, I think I'd just
Right?
stab.
Even if you, dare I say, came from behind them and did it.
Oh my.
Still very personal, right? I have a problem in movies when people suffocate people and it's like less than 10 seconds of time. It's like this, they're okay.
Yeah.
This is not long enough. Oh my goodness.
I feel like if you're trying to actually kill somebody via stabbing, you probably should stab them more than once.
Yeah, that too.
That's like in movies when they stab the bad guy once, and then they run away. I'm like, you already got them. They're down. Finish the job.
Finish it. Yeah, I don't like that either. It's very weird. It's not good. We finished.
As weird as this conversation.
Yeah, we finished it. I guess I won't spoil it because it's newer. But we finished a TV series, and in it,
What series?
one of the main. Well, I can't say. Like the main guy dies.
Oh.
And he gets stabbed in the abdomen, and when he, I'm joking. When he got stabbed, I remember Bobby was like, "Oh, he'd be fine."
Mm-hmm.
When you get stabbed like that, he's like, usually you're gonna die of infection if it doesn't get treated. Like you'll be okay,
Okay.
unless it really hit an organ, I guess. But I don't know what it would hit. It would just be hitting your intestines, right, in the front. I don't know. Anyway, in 20 minutes, he's dead. Yeah, I don't think I buy that either.
Maybe it nicked something.
I don't know. I think he was just a wiener.
I think I know what you're talking about, and he was a wiener.
Actually, he's a boner.
Yes.
Spoilers.
Okay, anyway, we're
Speaking of weird things like that, too, shout out Nicole. She sent us or posted, I don't remember which, I think she posted, this thing where a guy in whatever war it was, I don't know, let's say Civil War, he got stabbed. No, did he get stabbed or shot? Doesn't matter.
Oh my.
He survived, and it went all the way through, and as it healed, it would get really infected, and that was gonna be the thing that took him out, kind of like what I was just saying with the TV show with the boner. And they at the time did this really crazy ahead of its time way to save him. They would thread a ropey string through the hole, and clear out the infection to let it drain so it could eventually heal, and it kept him going and alive until it healed.
So this is our friend Nicole, and she's got a podcast of her own, and Ramblings with the Medical Historian, and you can find her on Instagram as well.
Yes.
She is
we love her.
A medical historian. She has some really crazy stuff. It's fun.
It's good. Like that.
Yeah, that is disgusting and horrible. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. The picture's great. I'll send you it.
Please don't. I don't want to see it.
He's flossing his tummy. It's weird.
Okay.
I like it.
Speaking of floss, another tangent.
I flossed today.
Hated when people called thongs butt floss. I thought that was so gross. And it made me not like actually flossing. Like, I mean, I still do floss, but I just was like...
What do you think of it?
I would think, like...
Butt floss.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan.
This is gross.
On the flip side, what I am a fan of is my whole childhood, my mom would call flip-flops thongs. So that I did like. Especially when friends would be there and she'd be like, guys, grab your thongs. And it's like, okay. Sure thing, Mom.
Aww.
Or let me go get my thongs and I'll follow you outside. It's like,
oh my God. Yeah, see, my mom called them slippers like they do in Hawaii. So that's always been...
That's good.
Thongs.
Different.
Very different. Different childhoods.
Like, okay.
All right, guys.
Grab my thongs. Let's go on this walk together. In our thongs.
Ugh. Thanks.
Oh,
thanks, Brenda.
Thongs are so... Get those out of here. I don't need that.
But flip-flops, yes.
Those thongs.
Those can stay. Forever.
My foot thongs.
Ugh. So gross.
You kind of are, actually. I see your point.
I mean, I get it, but also don't.
I wonder when the first thong was invented. I mean, I bet her thongs came first.
Yeah, they probably did.
At least in, like, places like Japan, I feel like there were...
Well, okay, yeah, but, like, Americanized thongs? And who called them thongs? Anyway, moving on. This is not what our podcast is about. What we are going to talk about right now is that Arnold Schwarzenegger was named the best celebrity to handle an alien invasion. And I agree. Wholeheartedly agree. So it says, in an odd survey asking which celebrity would be the best or be the ideal person to handle an alien invasion, obviously Arnie took the top spot. I guess the British TV station Blaze had a UFO week, and they asked 2,000 residents of the country which star they felt would be most equipped to deal with the arrival of hostile ETs. So this is just hostile, not
They're
like...
all hostile.
No. What if they looked like tribbles? Would that be acceptable? Would you be okay with a tribble? I mean, they're pretty cute, and they multiply like crazy. So then you're just trying to buy fluff that coos.
That scares me.
I love them. You're weird.
Do they have teeth?
No.
Okay.
What if they were like bunny teeth?
Oh, it's scary. I had a bunny. Those things
Oh.
hurt when they accidentally think it's a carrot.
Oh, well, that's... Don't put your finger in their mouth.
But sometimes I get excited and I think carrot.
Why are your fingers orange?
Yeah, true. Bunny can't tell. I was tan. I don't know.
Don't make up stories. I can see how pale you are. Don't lie. So, anyway, back to my story. Perhaps in the light of his dual status as both action hero and politician, he came in first place, followed by Will Smith, obviously because of Independence Day.
Okay, I was just trying to think who would be my runner-up. Will Smith. Okay. I don't know if I'll continue. I'm going to ponder.
Well, I would want somebody...
I guess it depends how you want to approach it. Do you want somebody... if they are... So they're hostile. Okay.
I'd want there to be a team like in Independence Day, because we had Will Smith, who was like the badass daredevil fighter guy, and then we had Jeff Goldblum, who was like, I'm going to be the computer genius to bring them down in like my way as well. Because I imagine with aliens, you probably have to come across with a two-pronged attack. You got to be smarter than
a two-thong attack
and more ruthless. So,
I don't. would want?
I pick Tank Girl.
Maybe we... Hey, I love that. Love that.
We need Lori Petty.
Great.
Where is she?
I like that. Yeah, Jesus. I don't know.
Cheez-Its.
Jesus. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe we just throw in that keyboard guy that I hate from,
Keyboard guy? What?
Synthesizer man.
What? Wait, what?
We got that,
No,
we gotta get that guy I hate so much.
What are you talking about? What guy?
Richard Dreyfuss, what's the movie? Close Encounters, when they come out, synth keyboard man. Fucking hate that guy
who the
so
fuck
much.
is Keyboard Man? It is not his fault.
It is. He should have refused. He should have broke it.
So we're gonna throw Keyboard Guy at the aliens? Be like,
Kid
figure it out?
Offer him up as tribute.
That's mean.
If he jams hard enough, they might be okay.
Mm-hmm.
They have those tasty licks.
Yeah, maybe they'll just take him away and they'll be like, actually, we like this. This is a good trade.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Yeah, maybe him. Okay. I don't know. Samuel Jackson? He might be good.
He would be.
Maybe I need John Travolta and him from Pulp
Fiction.
Whatever it's called. Fiction, yeah. Maybe them?
Okay.
I could see
still
them being
vote
good.
for Lori Petty.
Oh, yeah, I'm into that. I was trying to think of a chick besides her who would be...
Mila.
Yeah, and I went straight to her, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if none of them want to take it, Arnie did say on Twitter that he would be ready to serve, and he thanked everybody for putting their faith into him. So.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, he's a good guy, and he likes ponies.
Maybe we get the whole Predator crew.
Oh my god.
That's what we need. We need literally all the big guns.
I don't know. They're all gonna die because he survives.
But maybe these aliens are different.
Okay.
Maybe we get Alien to fight the hostile aliens.
No, because they're gonna have to kill us to fight to make more of them to fight the hostile aliens.
We need what's her name? We need Sigourney.
Ripley? Yeah.
That's who we need.
Okay.
I like that.
This is turning into a very interesting crew. So we've got Tank Girl, we've got Arnie, we've got the rest of the guys from Predator.
Yeah. We need
Ellen Ripley, Mila.
Mila, did you say that? Yeah. Will Smith.
Keyboard guy.
Keyboard guy for sure.
Jeff Goldblum, and I think that's it.
We should throw like Spock in there too or something. I don't know. He's an alien. He can talk to him. Mm-hmm. Yoda. A little Yoda out there.
Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda. He just sleeps all the time. We can't get him. He gets too sleepy when he uses his
Just make sure
mind
he has
bullets.
food in his hand, and he'll be fine.
Yeah. I don't know.
Give him a cracker. He'll be fine.
Give him that little shifter. It'll be great.
Oh, it's so cute. Okay, what's your news?
Mine is Ohio cop encounters ghost girl ? It says, in an odd story out of Ohio, a police officer may have encountered a ghost as he was responding to a report of a seemingly out of place little girl wandering around late in the evening. That's a red flag. Throw that down. According to a local media report, people living in the city of Mentor have been captivated on social media over the last few weeks as multiple residents have shared home security camera footage of what looks to be some type of weird, globby, white form that can be seen quickly traveling along the sidewalk.
Did you say the sidewalk?
The sidewalk. It was the French part of Ohio.
Oh. Of course.
As one might imagine, speculation in the community centered around whether or not it was an apparition, and as it would seem, an appearance by the curious figure ultimately wound up prompting a call to the police. But their investigation only made things more mysterious. Concerned resident phoned the police department back on the 10th. This is new news. It's, I think, today, 23rd?
Yeah.
So somebody called on the 10th at 11:40 p.m. with a weird report. Quote, I was surprised by what I saw, they said, explaining that they noticed a person near an area elementary school who resembled a small girl, but was, quote, running rather...
What?
She was running rather erect. My goodness.
That is not... No.
There's other ways to describe this, guys. Did you really need to use that? Just say she's running. Doesn't matter. And too quickly for a child. Okay.
Hey, I was a very fast runner as a child.
Run crazy beans fast.
I'd say
maybe
way faster. Okay.
I wonder how old she's supposed to be. Okay. I guess unless it's like weird creepo speed. Let's see. That's funny to run that fast and be, quote, erect. Eerily, when cops arrived on the scene to investigate, one officer actually saw a youngster matching the description provided by the puzzled caller. However, when he exited his patrol car to tend to the tot, the child was gone. Certain of what he had seen, the cop continued looking for the little girl, but she was nowhere to be found.
I hate that too.
To their credit, the police department took the matter very seriously and enlisted the help of several other officers, as well as a canine unit and even a drone to search the area for the kid. But it was futile. Chillingly, when the cop had originally seen the little girl, went back, and that's a weird sentence, and checked his dash cam video from the encounter.
Yeah.
The youngster did not appear on the footage. Oh, the perplexing incident would appear to bolster the belief of some residents that there is a ghost child straight up roaming the streets. However, other people in Mentor are not as convinced, insisting the apparition is just a case of mistaken identity or a prankster.
A prankster? I don't know about
Kids
that.
up to no good late at night.
Well, I was always running around at night with Ashley. We would cause all kinds of problems. We were not good.
But like they're making it sound like she's like 4.
What does it mean when they say youngster?
Yeah, well, he said tot, too. So it's like, this is sounding like a little tiny baby.
Teeny tiny baby.
A little teeny tiny baby. Just run around. Erect. Late at night. Real fast.
Oh, don't say that word. That's weird.
I like the story. You do you, baby ghost. We salute you.
Baby ghost.
Keep scaring everybody in Mentor. Doing Lord's work.
I would call that the Lord's work.
I totally would. In fact, I did. Remember that time I said that?
When was that?
Just now.
Like right now? Yeah, that was a good time. That
Okay.
was a good time. I was here for
Thank
it,
you.
and I'm so glad that I was.
Oh, I'm so glad you were too.
Wow.
Bonding. So that's the news. Good stuff. There also, we don't have to get into it, but there was another Nessie sighting.
No, we should get into it. Why? What happened?
Just there's another one. This is like a big year for Nessie, I think, because peeps are at home and have time on their hands to watch the Nessie live cam.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that thing exists.
Yeah, the guy, I mean, I'm going from like vague memory when I read it a couple days ago, but the guy who saw it on the feed, he's like found, the last time we talked about a report where they found her, it's the same dude.
Oh.
So he's like real good at looking at that.
Yeah, I remember this guy just basically studies it.
Yeah, like that's his jam. Yeah, fourth Nessie sighting of 2021. There is a video. It was on a live stream. He spotted it. He said there was a disturbance in the water and a wake is also visible with a black shape is seen rising up and down. As it moves slowly across the screen, it disappears. And his last name, let's butcher it, shall we? Oh, Fatagain went on to note that two black hump-like shapes
You're the worst.
seem to be popping up and down as they cut through the surface of the lock. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Of course. What? All the pumps be popping up and down.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Especially in the lock.
Oh my god. No.
Yes. There she is. She's out and about.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing her thing. I believe in her. Why not?
Why?
I mean, if that walrus just straight up... What was it? Did you hear about that? There's a walrus that, like... it, like, started in, like, the Arctic and went to, like, Ireland.
Oh, yeah.
He, like, fell asleep and, like, floated over. So cute. It's, like, hundreds of miles away. So if that can happen, anything's possible. He took a little snoozle. Woke up and was like, hey, guys.
Shit.
Hey, guys.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. He's like, finally freedom. Finally lost those guys.
That's wonderful.
There you have it.
Thank
That's all
you.
my knowledge.
That's
all I got.
Some good knowledge.
Pretty much grade A
Mm-hmm.
quality knowledge.
Okay, so this episode...
Is a lie.
Is it?
Well, we were supposed to talk about... Did we announce what we were talking about?
I think
Or did we do that on Patreon?
I don't remember. Well, we were
Well,
planning on...
We're switching our order.
Yeah.
Whether we announce it or not. So...
Suck it.
Cool.
I don't know what that means. We were going to talk about...
Oh
What
my
were we
God.
going to even talk about? I don't remember now.
What topic I'm, like, genuinely very excited to talk about. Truck stop horror stories.
I've read so many of
/
those
true
stories that in my head, I felt like we'd already done the episode. So
I understand that.
I was like, did we do it already? No. Okay.
But I'm sure we've read some of the same.
Mm-hmm.
Man, there's some weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
Truck stop, it's like all over the road. Hey,
I was going to say all over the map.
Yeah, both work. For sure. Roadmap. Hey, combined. Because it's like ghosties, creepies, and like true crimies.
Mm-hmm.
There's
and
so
maybe some
much.
UFOs.
Yeah, UFOs too. Got all the E's.
Maybe cryptides. We don't know.
Oh, I bet some. What are we gonna say? I'm gonna go werewolves cross paths. I'd buy that.
I wonder.
Werewolf would scare me. Man, I'd way rather see Bigfoot.
Oh, same.
Because werewolf to me is like...
Way more feral.
Yeah, and it's like... You can classify it, I guess, as paranormal. But it's not paranormal to me. It's just... I mean, I guess it depends. I'm thinking more like where, like, doesn't change. Like the big, scary, like, one. I mean, if it's like a naked dude running across in a full moon, then yeah, that's paranormal.
Just hit him with
That'll
your truck.
classify. Yeah, and then I'm okay. I'll just run that ass all over.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you on the next full moon, bitch. Toot toot. Oh yeah, we did. We announced it on Instagram. That was it. At least on there.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
We lied.
tonight, and maybe even next time, we might make this a two-parter because we got some like long.
Oh my god.
Okay, I was like, it's been so long since we've talked. Anyway, we've got some really excellent listener stories that we received. And if for some reason we didn't share your listener story, either in this episode or in possibly the next one, please send us a message. It's so hard to keep track of DMs. We truly do love emails. So if you have a story that you want us to read on air, either anonymous or we can share everybody your information and just tell them how to find you. Email us at nightguyspod@gmail.com, and that would be the best way to share your story with us because we definitely want to make sure that your story gets some airtime. So we're going to start off with this first one's from one of our listeners, Clayton. He's a pilot. Yay. Okay, so he says...
With me. That should be the boarding music for all flights.
all flights?
Yeah.
No.
It would be that thing where, like, if you do something enough over and over again, it, like, when you first start, it's funny, and then you lose the crowd because they're now mad that you keep doing it, and then you win them back again.
Dude, when I worked for Virgin, we had this thing called the IFE, the in-flight entertainment, and it played a song, like, on loop during boarding, and it was horrible, and it wasn't anything that had any singing in it. It was just very annoying.
That's
I had to hear it a lot.
I think I'm thinking, like, Finding Nemo, like when you get on the ride at Disneyland. I'm more thinking, like, yeah. Carry on.
Oh, God. Okay, anyway. So he says, this happened maybe, I would say, about 4 months ago, and he was flying. He had just taken off from the airport and was climbing to an altitude of about 8,000 feet, doing my checklist, doing my normie communications with air traffic control, check in. Houston airspace has several sectors, so I was being handed off to different approach controllers as I was zooming out of Houston. Show off, zooming around. It's pretty common to constantly be talking to someone. As I was approaching Austin, I got handed off to an Austin center. I contacted them, checked in, let her know I was at about 8,000 feet. I'm just cruising. She checked again, told me pretty much like the same thing that I just said back to verify. She told me to have a look on my right side because she had a contact on her radar, but there was no information, and she couldn't see anything on her end. She didn't really know what it was. Yay, Erica.
Yuck.
Mind you, this is really common with helicopters, though, or other aircraft that are just flying around with no flight plans and aren't talking to ATC, which is really messed up. I thought you weren't allowed to just fly and not talk to air traffic control.
Seriously?
Okay.
Wow. Weird.
So it was kind of weird because I was at a higher altitude. At higher altitudes in busy airspace, you are wanting to obviously be in contact with air traffic control so you don't smash into another plane. And, being that high up and having something on her radar with no information and no communication was a huge red flag. So she tells me to look up and see if I could see anything or see the aircraft and if I could identify it just so they could do their own math and figure out the speed of it so they can keep it away from other aircraft. So I looked out and I saw like a light, which is common with aircraft. You see the bright white lights in the front, which are the landing lights, and sometimes they're red or green. I didn't see any red or green. I just saw a nice, like, amber white light. It was really bright white light, and it was really... I've never seen an airplane light pulse like it was.
Gross.
So anyways, I realized I'm looking at the landing light, which means that an aircraft was coming, like, obviously toward me, but then it got small, so I'm like, well, okay, fuck this. So I diverted myself, turned a little bit to the left, and then I straightened out. And I couldn't find it anymore, and I continued looking around. I didn't see this white light anymore, so I assumed maybe it just flew past me because I was going so fast. Show off. And I checked back in with her, and I told her I had negative contact with her on the traffic, and she said, Roger, traffic is showing still the same altitude. You're out of the way, so it should be fine. And then I asked her if she still had it on her scope, and she said, no, it was gone. And I looked out, and I saw this little black thing in the white light, and it got big again. And it did this, like, weird stutter move, like, kind of like, probably like a zigzagged a little bit, and then it zipped. It didn't, like, zip real fast, like, it moved, he's like, about 8,000 feet, and he's like, I don't know, I'm going about 140 knots, and the thing just went from flying straight, or just pretty much sitting there going at, like, a 90-degree angle, getting smaller and smaller, and then it just went away, and then I came back and told her I saw it again, and the light was moving, and all of a sudden, it wasn't there. And she came back on and said, that's weird. I was like, right? She was like, well, I guess she's like, oh, I guess we just had a UFO sighting. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. So I'm glad they decided he's like, I'm glad they decided not to shoot me down. We had a little laugh about it, but he says he thought it was kind of funny and creepy at the same time, but it was very weird to have it come out of nowhere and then disappear again. So, and he says, hopefully Erica is not freaking out too much.
I hate that.
And I think Clayton flies smaller airplanes too, so that would make me
that's
nervy.
Especially why I don't like it.
I don't know why I'd feel safer in a bigger one. That's stupid. Makes no sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. But it does. Wow.
No thanks.
Oh, so weird. What a different experience to be a passenger and seeing that, and then or like a pilot.
Right. Yeah, because we talked about that on Instagram, about that one where people were looking out the passenger window and they saw the airplane. And then one of our listeners prompted her friend to write into us about it.
So crazy.
And was like, oh yeah, I saw that. I was on that flight.
I still can't believe that. I just... I don't know. Are you safer seeing one when you're in the air versus, picnicking on the ground? I'm not sure.
I think I prefer the ground.
Part of me thinks, I don't know.
You cannot outmaneuver something that goes from a stop to a start to 90 degree
I guess
angle.
it depends if they're going to fire or not. I'm thinking, how do I get out of that tractor beam?
Oh, I'm like, bury myself under the ground. Become a mole person. Done.
I'm not against this plan. Truly.
Become one with the moles.
Might as well. Turns out they're aliens.
Oh, God.
Fuck.
You're ruined, dude.
Okay. Well, I hated that. Thanks, Clayton. So this is from Darren.
Thanks, Darren.
Hey, Darren. It says, hi, Erica and Liana. I've listened to the many stories and accounts you have shared. I would now like to share one of my own stories.
Yay.
Very excited. Edit the story as you see fit.
No way.
Nope, we don't edit. However, I have made it as brief as possible, yet contain the necessary facts, and yes, it's a true account.
I love it.
I'm scared.
Just to remind everybody that if you share a story with us, we will not read it until we read it on air. So we keep it like a surprise to ourselves. We don't want to ruin it.
New.
This is
new to us all.
Yes.
I grew up in a home. Oh, it's gonna be ghosty. Okay. I grew up in a home where the Christian faith was encouraged but not forced. My parents were very loving and sweet souls, and they explained that there were things in this world that had no simple explanation. Oh, I like
your
them.
parents sounded lovely.
That being said, I would like to share my first unexplainable event. I grew up in eastern North Carolina, along the Crystal Coast more specifically, south of the well-known Outer Banks. It's also known as the Graveyard of the Atlantic.
What?
That place is really crazy. I watched a few, Ghost Adventures did a month-long series on that place, and it's wow, there's a lot going on there. Okay. So that's crazy. You were there. Okay. There is a small beach town known as Emerald Isle. It is now heavily developed and popular as a tourist destination. However, in the late 1970s, the beaches were often deserted in the winter months. One such night in November of 1977, my girlfriend, we can call her Mary, and I decided to take a walk along the beach. Romantic. Yeah. There was a small hotel and restaurant with beach access. We planned to walk along the beach, bundled against the cold Atlantic wind, then go into the restaurant for hot cocoa. We were too young to purchase an alcoholic version.
Hey, you know what? That's okay.
Wah wah. Hot cocoa's still good.
Yeah.
After we parked, we walked across the wooden access to the beach. There was a bench on the crossing. The bench was empty as we walked out toward the ocean. The moon was nearly full, and the wind was cold, but not too strong. We had not walked too far when we paused to snuggle and kiss, and we heard a sound.
Smoochies and ghosties.
We've coming closer. Sound, I'll keep you safe. No, I'm joking. It was coming from behind us. Oh my goodness. And sounded distinctly like a baby crying.
Oh no, that's not romantic. That's a killer.
Not romantic. Yeah, let's go. We commented on the fact that it was far too cold for a child to be outside. Hell, it was too cold for a snuggle on the beach, but we were both 17. We were 17. Understood. The crying continued and concerned us a bit, so we decided to walk back and get that cup of cocoa. As we approached the crossing, the crying was quite loud, and we could see a figure sitting on that bench we'd passed earlier. We started to climb the steps from the beach, watching the figure on the bench. The crying was definitely coming from that figure. Ew.
I don't like
Mary,
that.
being afraid, started to pull me toward the parking lot. No. However, I was concerned that the person might need help. I was aware, but surprisingly not afraid.
Darren.
Creepers. Not you, the situation.
I know, no. I just mean no. My sense of fear is no.
I don't, yeah. Oh, that sounds, it almost feels like
It's like a
La
trap.
Llorona or like Siren-y or, you know, like, and then they turn around, they got you or something.
Yeah, I was going to say it's like a trap. They're like,
Don't look in their eyes.
We know you'll come to save the child.
Yucky.
Yuck.
The figure in front of us was sitting, feet on the bench and rocking back and forth.
No, hate that. Nope. Leave him alone.
The wailing, crying sound was definitely coming from that hooded figure. Mary was pulling my hand with all her might. However, I stood my ground, just a couple of feet from the figure, and I called out, "Are you okay? Do you need help?" The rocking motion stopped. Oh, it heard them.
Oh,
and the hooded head turned toward us.
Nope.
And what we saw was very unexpected. Under the hood, where a face should have been,
what?
was a mass of swirling colors.
What? No.
Not iridescent, but a kind of glow. Like a kind of like an energy.
So this
almost.
thing was like a void.
Yuck. Definitely nothing that resembled a face of any sort.
Oh my god, no.
That was it for Mary.
Yep,
Poor Mary. She's like, I just want my Coco.
I want a Coco.
She broke and
smoochie.
ran. Cocos and smoochies, not this. She broke and ran all the way to the restaurant, and inside she went. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I stood for a second or two more and slowly backed away. As I did, the head dropped again, and the wailing cry resumed.
Oh, no.
Ew.
No.
I'm trying to process
What
this.
is that thing? What?
It's almost like... Oh, I'm okay, I'll keep reading. That's really weird. I walked into the restaurant and found Mary shivering by the hostess desk. I was not quite sure what to do, so simply told the receptionist that she might call the police, that someone near the beach might need help. Needless to say, there was not Coco that night, and certainly no more snuggling.
Oh, no.
It was a quiet drive home. Mary and I never spoke of it again, even after reconnecting briefly many years later. Wow. What was it on that bench that cold November night? I have no idea. I can only remember what Mom and Dad taught me, that not everything has an explanation, and it was not the only one I would experience.
Okay.
Dude, Darren, you gave me straight up goosebumps right now.
I had like the full body, like
you.
it went from my neck into my stomach. Like I felt like I had swallowed something cold and disgusting and slimy.
Oh, it
Everything
almost
about
makes
that.
me feel like...
That's horrible.
I feel like I've seen something like this. Not so much the voidy,
Swirly.
like glowy massiness, but like I feel like there's something in a horror movie where it's like something is crying or like doing a repetitive, like kind of creepy thing, and then like you talk to it and it
Acknowledge
like stops. Yeah, and then goes right back. It's like a weird loop.
I don't like this.
What would that be?
Well, like you said, his parents taught him not everything has an explanation.
I
Darren,
know,
I want
but
more
it's like-
stories. I know you said
It's just...
it's not the only one. I want more.
And why is
Selfish.
it wailing?
I don't like this at all.
Oh my god. I'm gonna be thinking about that for a while.
Man,
Really?
I wonder what Mary thought it was. Because she never wanted to talk about it again, so she's trying not to think about it, so she thinks about it.
Yep, exactly. Wow. Why hoodie too? That's so weird.
I don't know.
Maybe it's somebody who I mean, could it be just a regular Joe and something happened to them?
Maybe
somebody was in like dimensional shift and got caught. I don't know. Or maybe it's like a like parallel universe kind of thing and it lined up and they're stuck.
Oh, fuck. That would be horrible.
I don't know.
That's why they're crying.
Yeah. And once they heard the person, it's like, nope, you're not the person I want.
So I'm just going to go back to crying.
Keep crying.
No, no.
Oh.
That's ickies.
Very ickies. Very ickies.
I mean,
Carry
it was
on.
awesome, but...
Horrible.
Okay.
Wow.
So this is our last story for today. And then we'll continue our listener stories next week. So
Next week. It's me. Next week, guy.
So this is actually another one of our Patreon listeners, Leo. Hey, Leo.
Hi, Leo.
Thanks for your story.
But, of course, we mean when we say Leo, leader of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Thanks, Leo.
Yes.
Say what's up to Donatello for me.
I think of Dr. Evil saying Leo.
Leo. Yeah. I mean, maybe he's saying it to Leo.
He probably is. You're famous, Leo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he says, about 17 or 18 years ago, we were having a small get-together, and obviously alcohol was involved, duh. So someone needed to break ye old demon board out. I love you for writing that. But every time someone would ask a question, no matter what the question was, the entity would answer either Blue Ford or So Proud. Until someone finally asked if it had a name, it answered Andy. Then it clicked for me. My father passed away 8/17/96. He drowned in a jet ski accident. His foot got tangled in an old fishing net on the bottom of the lake.
No.
Oh my god. So I got...
Oh my god. That's...
I got up, I backed myself into a corner, and pulled my father's social security card out of my wallet. Someone asked what I was holding and answered, social security card. They asked for the number. I shit you not. It popped off every motherfucking number on the board.
Wait, so say that again.
He stood up.
Okay.
So he stood up and held the card in the corner of the room, and as they were using the spirit board...
And were they asking to...
he says that it was doing... It did the
So
numbers.
he just had that... was compelled to look at the card. Mm-hmm. And then... Wow.
But yeah, he does... Long story short, I don't touch spirit boards anymore. He says, I love my dad, but he was an abusive alcoholic asshole. So, and he says, by the way, the Blue Ford reference was pertaining to his baby, a 1979 Ford pickup. That was Ford metallic blue, hence why I drive Chevy.
Oh, man.
Dude.
That is creepy.
We haven't had a very successful mission with a spirit board yet.
No, we need to. I want to.
I'll buy one.
I think we're fine just as long as...
we don't do it in our houses. Right?
We shut that shit down when we're done with it. And also, I learned last night, another thing that you're supposed to do when you're Ouijaing it up is you do not leave the planchette on it.
Oh, like when storing it, you mean?
Yeah, when you're done with it or whatever. Like, if you close it all down and then go to have snacks after and it just, you leave it on the board, that's like a big no-no.
Oh, okay.
Because it's still...
like open?
Yeah.
Ooh.
There's still... they can still communicate.
That's icky. Don't do that.
Yeah. So I was like, wow. So, okay, like, put it in a drawer or something,
Keep them separate. Keep them safe.
Yep, exactly. I didn't know that, but once they said it, I was like, that makes total sense.
Shit. Oh.
But I would have never thought about it.
It makes complete sense, but I totally would have been like, well, I'm done. Okay, I'm going to walk away. Go
to
the bathroom now. Got to pee. Always.
Like, I don't need that.
No.
It's like leaving a phone off the hook or something for them.
Ooh.
Yuck.
Okay.
So yeah, guys, don't do that.
Don't do
Ghost tip of the week. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I wish I could. I could actually have good quality ghost tips to share.
I mean, we can have them. I don't know if they'll be good quality.
If they'll be accurate. Or actually
we'll try for one on part 2 and see what happens.
All right, guys, well, join us next week for more listener stories. Again, if you have any of your own that you'd like to share for our next time that we do this again, email them to us at nightgeistpod@gmail.com. And join us next week for more listener stories.
Yay! Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. These are awesome.
Horrible, which is the highest of compliments for me.
They're horrible.
Because they were scary.
All right, well, I'm Liana.
I'm Erica.
All right, bye.
Bye.